Have you ever wondered why, even in the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment, we sometimes feel more lost, confused, or even isolated than before? Is the path to a spiritual awakening only one of light and peace? Or are there shadows and challenges that are rarely discussed? In this video, we'll explore the dark side effects of spiritual awakening, the ones no one tells you about. We're used to hearing about the positive transformations that accompany a spiritual journey, but we rarely stop to consider the emotional, psychological, and even social challenges that can arise along the way. Let's uncover why these side effects are an important part of the process, how to recognize them, and most importantly, how to deal with these turbulent effects. This video offers an unfiltered look at what it really means to awaken spiritually. Welcome to the Eye of the Soul channel. During our lives, many of us are faced with a deep search that transcends material and mundane things. This quest is often for spiritual enlightenment, a state of consciousness that allows us to transcend earthly limitations and connect with something much greater than ourselves. Spiritual enlightenment is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-knowledge, introspection, and expansion of consciousness. As we turn inwards, we begin to realize that we are more than our physical bodies and our everyday experiences. We discover that we are part of a higher consciousness, interconnected with the whole, capable of providing us with profound insights into life and our existence. This connection is not something that can be achieved overnight. It requires patience, constant practice, and above all, a sincere desire to transcend the barriers of ego and materialism. Spiritual enlightenment involves releasing limiting beliefs, overcoming internal challenges, and learning to live with greater presence and gratitude. It teaches us to look beyond appearances and find the peace and love that reside at the core of our being. By connecting with this higher consciousness, we begin to see the world and ourselves in a new light, a light that illuminates the path to a fuller and more meaningful existence. When we embark on the journey of spiritual awakening, we often imagine that this path will only be filled with light, peace, and a deep connection with the divine. However, there are less discussed but equally important aspects that accompany this path, the dark side effects of awakening. As we advance in our spiritual quest, we begin to confront not only the wonders of the spiritual universe, but also the shadows that reside within us. These dark side effects can manifest in various ways, such as deep emotional crises, feelings of isolation, existential doubts, and even unexpected physical symptoms. It's a period that requires courage as we face our fears, traumas, and aspects of ourselves that, until then, we preferred to keep hidden. These challenges, although difficult, are important for the process of purification and transformation. They force us to look inwards, to question our beliefs and values, and to release everything that no longer serves our growth. This is a time of great vulnerability, but also of immense potential for spiritual growth. It's important to understand that these dark side effects are not signs of failure or regression, but integral parts of the awakening process. They are indications that we are moving deep layers of our psyche, healing old wounds and opening up to a new way of being. With support, patience, and compassion for ourselves, we can navigate these challenges and emerge stronger, more aware, and more aligned with our true essence. The path to spiritual enlightenment is often idealized as a journey filled with peace, joy, and unconditional love. However, this quest goes far beyond simply achieving high states of happiness. It takes us deep into our inner world, confronting not only the light, but also the shadows that reside within it. This process of introspection and self-knowledge requires us to face our fears, insecurities, and all the parts of our personality that we would prefer to deny or hide. This inner journey is essential for spiritual growth, as it is only through recognizing and accepting all parts of ourselves that we can heal and evolve. Confronting the dark aspects of our inner world is not an easy path. It can be painful and frightening to face our own shadows. However, this process is profoundly liberating. By illuminating our areas of inner darkness, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We learn to welcome all parts of our being with compassion and love, recognizing that our light and shadow together form the whole of who we are. This path leads us to true personal transformation, where the search for joy and enlightenment becomes a journey of integration and acceptance. By accepting our dark aspects, we make room for a more authentic and deeper connection with our essence and higher consciousness. During the journey of spiritual awakening, many of us experience periods of isolation. These moments, although they may seem lonely and challenging, are actually essential for our spiritual transformation and growth. Isolation is not a sign that something is wrong, but rather a valuable opportunity for introspection and personal development. In these periods of isolation, we are invited to reflect deeply on our inner being, away from distractions and external influences. It's a time for reflection, where we can listen to our own inner voice and connect with our true essence. Silence and solitude become powerful teachers, guiding us through self-knowledge and self-acceptance. This time of isolation allows us to slow down, rethink our lives, and realign our intentions and actions with our deepest values. It's a process of purification, where we can release old beliefs, habits, and patterns of behavior that no longer serve us, creating space for the new. In addition, isolation teaches us to find comfort and peace within ourselves, rather than endlessly seeking it in the outside world. We learn to be our own companions, developing a more loving and compassionate relationship with ourselves. When we emerge from this period of isolation, we can feel renewed and transformed, ready to re-engage with the world in a more conscious and authentic way. This spiritual metamorphosis, catalyzed by isolation, is an important step on the path to enlightenment, allowing us to live with greater presence, purpose, and harmony. When we advance on our spiritual journey, many of us experience a significant increase in our sensitivity. This manifests itself in various ways, such as greater empathy for others, a deeper connection with nature, and a heightened awareness of the energies around us. This heightened sensitivity is not only a natural consequence of spiritual awakening, but also proof that we are connecting more intimately with the universe and all that it encompasses. This enhanced connection can be both wonderful and challenging. On the one hand, it allows us to experience the world in a richer and deeper way, offering us a greater appreciation for the subtle beauties of life and a more empathetic understanding of others' struggles. On the other hand, it can make us more vulnerable to the negative energies and suffering around us, requiring us to learn to manage our sensitivity in a healthy way. Developing spiritual and self-care practices such as meditation, yoga, and spending time in nature can help us balance our heightened sensitivity. These practices allow us not only to protect our energy, but also to deepen our connection with the universe in a conscious and intentional way. In addition, this heightened sensitivity serves as a guide, helping us to experience our lives with greater intuition and direction. It signals to us when something is not in harmony with our true self and encourages us to seek alignment and purpose. At some point in our spiritual journey, many of us enter a phase characterized by existential struggle and deep self-questioning. This period can arise as a consequence of growing awareness about ourselves and the universe around us. As soon as we become more attuned to deeper spiritual and existential realities, we begin to question our previous beliefs, values, and the very meaning of our existence. This questioning phase is not easy. It can lead us to doubt many things we once took for granted, including our identity, purpose in life, and the nature of reality. It's a process of dismantling old structures of thought and belief to make way for new understandings that are more in line with our true essence. Although challenging, this period of existential struggle and self-questioning is important for our spiritual growth. It forces us to look inwards, face our shadows, and seek answers that satisfy not only the intellect, but also the heart and soul. Through this deep surrender in our being, we have the opportunity to emerge with a more authentic and integral understanding of who we are and what our place in the universe is. In addition, this phase can serve as a catalyst for significant changes in our lives. By questioning and re-evaluating our priorities and choices, we can make more conscious decisions that reflect our true selves and spiritual values. This process of transformation not only benefits us individually, but also has the potential to positively impact those around us and the world at large. Although it may seem like a dark valley at the moment, the phase of existential struggle and deep self-questioning is a necessary and valuable step on the path to enlightenment and spiritual awakening. It prepares us for a more conscious, fulfilling existence aligned with our soul's greater purpose. The spiritual journey is full of challenges that, at first glance, may seem like indestructible obstacles. However, each challenge faced on this path is not only a test of our resilience, but also a valuable opportunity for growth and evolution. Rather than mere obstacles, these moments of difficulty can be seen as calls to deepen our self-knowledge, strengthen our faith, and expand our consciousness. When we face challenges, we are impelled to look within ourselves for strengths and resources that we may not have known we possessed. These adversities encourage us to develop new skills, to cultivate patience, compassion for ourselves and others, and to practice surrender and trust in the higher wisdom that guides the universe. In addition, the challenges on our spiritual path teach us to accept that not everything is under our control. We learn to let go of what we can't change and focus our energy on what we can influence. This acceptance brings us peace and clarity of mind, allowing us to act with more wisdom and discernment. Moments of difficulty also have the potential to connect us more deeply with others. Sharing our struggles and vulnerabilities helps us build more authentic and meaningful relationships, reminding us that we are not alone on our journey. Every challenge we face in our spiritual quest is, in fact, an opportunity in disguise. They are catalysts for personal transformation, shaping us into more conscious, compassionate, and integrated beings. Recognizing and accepting challenges as opportunities for growth allows us to move forward on the spiritual path with gratitude, strength, and a renewed sense of purpose. The process of spiritual awakening often triggers a spiritual crisis, a period of intense inner turmoil and deep questioning. This crisis can be triggered by the realization that the belief structures, values, and meanings that have guided our lives until now no longer align with the new consciousness we are awakening to. This destabilization of our old ways of understanding the world and ourselves can be frightening and disorienting, but it is also an important step on the path to spiritual transformation. During a spiritual crisis, we may feel as if the ground beneath our feet has been taken away, leaving us floating in a void. We may question the existence of a higher purpose, doubt our previous beliefs, and even feel a deep sense of isolation. However, it is precisely this state of disorientation and uncertainty that invites us to explore our inner being more deeply and to seek a more authentic connection with the divine. This period of crisis is an opportunity to free ourselves from illusions and everything that no longer serves our growth. It is a time of cleansing and purification, where we are called to let go of old identities and allow a new vision of who we are and what is possible for our lives. This purifying transformation makes room for new perceptions, insights, and a renewed sense of peace and clarity. Although challenging, the process of going through a spiritual crisis is deeply healing. It allows us to emerge as more integrated beings, aligned with our true purpose. We learn to live with more authenticity, to value our unique journey, and to receive the beauty and complexity of the human experience with greater compassion and love. So, while a spiritual crisis can seem like a period of despair and confusion, it is actually a sign that we are evolving and growing in significant ways. It is an essential stage that leads us to a more conscious and connected life, marked by the purifying transformation of our being. One of the less discussed but significantly important aspects of spiritual awakening is the risk of developing a sense of spiritual superiority. Once we advance on our journey and experience profound transformations and insights, we can begin to feel that we are at a higher level of understanding and awareness compared to those who have not embarked on a similar journey. This feeling, although it may initially seem like a validation of our progress, carries the danger of isolating us and diverting us from the true path of enlightenment. The feeling of spiritual superiority is a subtle trap, as it contradicts the essence of true spiritual awakening, which is unity, compassion, and humility. When we find ourselves judging others for their paths or beliefs, we are actually reinforcing the ego and duality, the opposite of what most spiritual traditions teach us to overcome. Recognizing that we are all at different stages of our journey, and that each path is unique and valid, is fundamental to maintaining the integrity of our own spiritual evolution. True wisdom lies in the ability to see the inner light in everyone, regardless of where they are on their journey, and to offer love, support, and understanding rather than judgment. To avoid the trap of spiritual superiority, it is essential to practice continual humility and self-examination. This involves remembering our own struggles and challenges and recognizing that we still have a lot to learn. In addition, a commitment to serving others and recognizing our fundamental interconnectedness with all of life can help us keep an open heart and a clear mind. True spiritual greatness is not measured by how much we elevate ourselves above others, but by how much we manage to elevate those around us by sharing our light in a humble and loving way. By keeping this perspective, we can continue to grow and help the collective awakening without falling into the trap of spiritual superiority. The feeling of spiritual superiority, as well as being a trap for the individual on their journey of growth, can also have a wider impact, creating divisions and eroding the humility that is essential for authentic spiritual growth. When we consider ourselves superior because of our spiritual achievements or understanding, we can inadvertently begin to separate ourselves from those we perceive as less evolved or unawakened. This division not only contradicts the fundamental principles of spirituality, which emphasize the unity and connectedness of all beings, but also undermines our own capacity to learn and evolve. Humility is a cornerstone of genuine spiritual development. Recognizing that there is always more to learn and that each person has something valuable to offer is essential to maintaining an open mind and a receptive heart. True spiritual wisdom involves recognizing the divinity in everyone and understanding that our path is only one of many valid paths to the truth. When a sense of superiority begins to erode our humility, we also run the risk of missing out on valuable opportunities for growth. Every interaction and every person can teach us something new if we are willing to listen with humility and respect. Furthermore, by isolating ourselves in a tower of supposed superiority, we miss out on the richness of community and sharing, vital elements for support and advancement on our spiritual journey. To avoid these divisions and maintain humility, it is useful to constantly remind ourselves of our interdependence and the fundamental equality of all beings. Practicing gratitude for the lessons learned from each person and situation, and offering our understanding and support without judgment or expectation, can help us cultivate a more inclusive and loving spiritual community. It is important to be vigilant against the tendency to create divisions based on perceptions of spiritual superiority. Instead, we should strive to adhere to humility and openness, recognizing that each of us is on our own unique journey, contributing to the human and spiritual experience. One of the most common physical manifestations experienced during the process of spiritual awakening are changes in sleep patterns and senses. Many people report a significant change in the quality and rhythm of their sleep, including insomnia, waking up in the middle of the night for no apparent reason, or feeling a surge of energy that prevents them from sleeping. Similarly, there may be an increase in sensory sensitivity, with sounds, colors, and even tastes being perceived with greater intensity than before. These changes are often interpreted as signs that something significant is happening on an energetic and spiritual level. Sleep, for example, can be interrupted because we are processing intense energies of transformation during the night, or because our body is adjusting to a new state of being. Insomnia, or a change in sleep patterns, can also be an opportunity for spiritual practices, such as meditation or reading inspiring texts, taking advantage of this quiet time. As for the senses, increased sensitivity can be seen as an opening up to richer and deeper experiences of the world around us. This intensification of the senses allows us a keener appreciation of natural beauty, the arts and music, and can deepen our connection with others and the universe as a whole. Although these changes can be disconcerting or even disturbing at first, they offer an opportunity to explore and integrate new dimensions of our experience. The key is to approach these changes with curiosity and openness, looking for healthy and productive ways to adapt. Relaxation practices, such as guided meditation or yoga, can help regulate sleep, while a mindful approach can allow us to fully appreciate the enrichment of our senses. During spiritual awakening, it is common to experience a variety of temporary physical symptoms. These can range from mild discomforts to more intense sensations, such as body aches, feelings of extreme heat or cold, ringing in the ears, or even altered breathing patterns. Although it can be easy to attribute these symptoms to common physical causes, in the context of spiritual awakening, they are often interpreted as the release of old energies that were stored in the body. This process of release is a natural and necessary part of spiritual transformation. When we expand our consciousness and open up to new spiritual realities, our physical body needs to adjust to these changes. Energies that are no longer aligned with our new state of being are released, which can cause temporary physical sensations. These manifestations are signs that we are getting rid of old emotional baggage, traumas, or limiting beliefs, freeing up space for new energies and possibilities. It's important to approach these symptoms with understanding and compassion for ourselves, avoiding the temptation to suppress them without reflection. Self-care practices, such as relaxation techniques, light exercise, and a healthy diet, can help facilitate this process of release. In addition, it is important to listen to your body and seek medical advice when necessary to ensure that there are no other underlying causes for these symptoms. Recognizing these symptoms as part of the process of spiritual awakening can help us to see them not as obstacles, but as important stages in our journey of growth. They remind us that transformation is taking place not only on a spiritual and emotional level, but also on a physical level, integrating all aspects of our being on the journey towards greater awareness and wholeness. Spiritual awakening is often idealized as a journey full of light. However, this path can also include what many call the dark night of the soul, a period of intense challenges, confusion, and even suffering. These dark side effects are actually important components of the awakening process, serving as catalysts for deeper transformation. During this phase, it is common to experience feelings of loneliness, disorientation, and deep questioning of previously unquestioned beliefs and values. There can be a sense of loss as old identities dissolve to make way for a more authentic understanding of oneself and the world. Although these moments may seem dark, they are essential for the cleansing of illusions and spiritual renewal. It's important to recognize these challenges not as failures or setbacks, but as integral parts of the path to greater enlightenment. They are milestones that indicate significant progress, moments when we are being deeply refined and redefined. Accepting the totality of the spiritual journey, including its challenging aspects, allows for a more complete and integrated development. These periods of difficulty teach us resilience, compassion for ourselves and others, and a deep appreciation for the light that eventually emerges from the darkness. Thus, the dark aspects of spiritual awakening should not be feared or avoided. Instead, by accepting them as essential parts of the process, we can navigate these turbulent waters with confidence and faith, knowing that each challenge faced brings us even closer to true freedom and enlightenment. The dark side effects of spiritual awakening, although they may seem like painful obstacles at the time they are faced, play a crucial role in strengthening our resilience, deepening our understanding, and guiding us towards a more authentic and compassionate spiritual evolution. These challenging experiences are like the fire that refines gold, removing impurities to reveal its true beauty and value. Resilience arises from the ability to face, learn, and grow from adversity. By reflecting on the dark aspects of our spiritual journey, we develop an inner strength that allows us to weather life's storms with grace and confidence. This resilience is not just about enduring, but about the ability to bounce back and emerge stronger and wiser from each challenge faced. What's more, these dark periods deepen our understanding of the full spectrum of human experience. They teach us to accept both the light and the dark within and around us, recognizing that both are essential to our growth and evolution. This acceptance brings a sense of peace and balance, allowing us to see beauty and purpose even in the most difficult parts of our journey. Facing and integrating the dark aspects of our spiritual awakening guides us towards a more authentic and compassionate spiritual evolution. Learning from our own pain and struggles makes us more empathetic and connected to others as we recognize that everyone is going through their own inner battles. This compassionate connection is the essence of true spirituality, which seeks to unite rather than divide, to heal rather than hurt. Have you had any significant experiences in your spiritual awakening? How have they affected your spiritual journey? Share your stories and reflections in the comments. This exchange of experiences can be a source of inspiration and encouragement for all of us in our search for a deeper connection with the spiritual. Thank you for making it this far. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you feel the tips and insights were inspiring. Remember, what you give out, you get. See you next time.